Welcome back to Unstable TV! And you're through to Irish Couple Reacts. And do stay tuned because this happens every week.
So if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of these videos. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you!
Thanks again for joining us on another React. What's going on this week, Danielle?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, a company reached out to us called Circle DNA and they asked us to review a product for them. And yeah, absolutely, we will of course. Thanks so much for sending it out. It was we really appreciate you reaching out. So yeah, they asked us to do a product review, of course, and a reaction. So this is the reaction segment.
And thanks again to Circle DNA for reaching out to us. So without further ado, we'll jump straight into the reaction.
So up first is Circle DNA. Their basic service costs $189.
Okay.
Note that I'll be using US dollars throughout. Their premium service costs $629. So yeah, that's pretty expensive. But keep in mind that you get what you pay for. Circle DNA is primarily focused on health-related information. And in that regard, it definitely gives you the most detailed health information of any DNA kit that I've tried. In fact, they market themselves as the world's most comprehensive DNA test. Also, keep in mind that all of these companies tend to offer discounts around holidays, such as Mother's Day, Christmas, etc. So you can usually get 30 to 40% off if you time things right. In fact, Circle DNA has offered a special deal for everyone watching this video. If you use the link in the description along with the discount code MATTB33, you will instantly get 33% off any of their tests. Now, when it comes to DNA tests, there are generally two methods of collection. Some kits give you a swab that you simply rub against the inside of your cheek and then place in a vial of liquid, whereas other kits require you to spit a bunch of times into a vial, which generally takes a little longer and is a little bit more difficult. In both cases, the most important thing is to not eat or drink or even brush your teeth for at least 30 minutes before you take the test. So for each test, I'll let you know which method they use. In the case of Circle DNA, they use the swab method. The process for any of these tests is pretty much the same after that. The first thing you have to do is register the sample using the number on the vial. The instructions will be sent with the kit. This is extremely important because if you skip this step, the company won't know which sample is yours. You then place the vial into a special bag that they provide. Note that these usually include a special piece of paper that you must not remove. This is because that paper somehow helps to keep the sample fresh. And then you place the bag in the box. Again, they usually provide that and mail it back to the company. Next and finally comes the most difficult part of all, the waiting. No matter which company you use, you will have to wait several weeks, usually around a month, for them to receive your sample, analyze it, and send you an email with a link to the results. Okay, let's now take a look at the results that Circle DNA sent me. I took the premium version, so there's a lot to go through. First of all, the really serious stuff. Circle DNA checked my health risk for 36 hereditary cancers, as well as 79 other conditions. This is just a partial report. Fortunately, I was not at an elevated risk for any of the cancers. However, I did learn that I am at a higher risk for developing type 2 diabetes. Now, I already knew that diabetes runs in my family, so this wasn't really much of a surprise. However, it reminded me that I should probably cut back on the sweets. Interestingly, it did not predict that I was at higher risk for ulcerative colitis, a disease that I did in fact get in my 20s, which just goes to show that genetics is not destiny. Most health conditions are a result of our genes,
wow.
our environment, and our life choices. So, while discovering more about our
That's good to
genes
know.
can help us to some degree, a DNA test isn't a replacement for common sense and doing our best to stay as healthy as possible. Circle DNA also tested to see whether or not I was a carrier for 163, mostly rare, hereditary conditions. These are often single genes that may end up causing disease in oneself or one's children. From this
Wow,
report, I
sensible.
learned that
Yeah,
I am
you're
a
really getting your money's
carrier
worth out
for
of
a
that.
gene that can be particularly dangerous for those who are heavy smokers. Fortunately, I've never been a smoker, nor have either of my kids, but it is something I do plan to mention to my doctor, just in case. Another neat report that Circle DNA gives relates to drug response. It covers 103 FDA-approved drugs and tells you which ones may not work as well on you personally when taken at the usual doses. The rest of the things tested fall into what I would call the fun category. For example, I learned that I might have a higher than usual sensitivity to taste. Interesting. That I'm a morning person. True. That I could use more vitamin D. Did not know that. That I have a low wrinkle formation. Didn't know that either. That I'm an introvert. I did know that. That I might be extra sensitive to pesticides.
That sounds good.
That I don't sneeze when I look at the sun. Can't say I ever tried that. That I don't tend towards addiction. That I have blue eyes. That I'm not likely to be super muscular. Sad, but true. That I'm not gifted at music. Yeah, my wife can confirm that one. And my favorite of all, that I'm really smart. So true, so true. Anyway,
tell
these
music
are
about
just a
it.
Yeah, I can
sampling
tell a lot.
of the
Wow.
100 plus fun things that the test told me. Finally, there was an ancestry report, but it was very basic and, from what I can see, not very
amazing.
accurate.
That's a lot.
Like I said, Circle DNA is primarily focused on health, not genealogy. Okay,
A comprehensive health report.
Yeah, it was very accurate on the health. I
Yeah.
didn't realise it went through that many stages of it.
That was a lot. Like he said there, that was kind of only like a snapshot of what you can actually get.
Yeah.
Like that, even that alone is like amazing.
We'd be very interested to see the deeper detail.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As you've seen with previous reacts, we're all about educating ourselves,
Yeah.
and we always want to know what's going on. So this is perfect for us. We're glad as well that Circle DNA did reach out to us. Like, we thought that was amazing.
Absolutely.
We were very ecstatic, and of course we were excited to share it with all our subscribers and everyone that watches us, because we were like, we have to show people this. If you're interested and this is something you like and this is something you want to do, there's a link down in the description for you.
Unstable TV 33. Who doesn't have a discount?
Exactly, we love a discount.
So I mean, you know, it's kind of a win-win for everybody there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know with their DNA kit, they don't focus as much on health, so that I think that what makes this one amazing, because it tells you an awful lot.
Yeah.
Stuff that you'd never even think of.
Absolutely. I think after watching this reaction, the guy that put this together, very well put together, very in depth. It's good that we're getting a look into before we actually attempt it ourselves.
Yeah.
This video, after this, we'll be following her up with a product review. All of our subscribers and people who watch us regularly, we'll be giving you an in-depth look of what it's like for us, and when we get the
Exactly.
results back, we're going to share it with all of you as well. I'd love to know what's going untreated and what's hereditary as well.
Yeah, exactly. I like the fact that they have the mobile app as well.
Yeah.
So when you obviously type the code into the mobile app and get it set up, you can tell when everything's ready, which makes it even better. You're not just sitting there kind of waiting to see how long it's going to take. You'll know.
Yeah, as in, like, it'll put your anxiousness at bay.
ease, yeah.
Because we're them type of people that even when we order food, we're sitting at the window watching.
Yeah, you have to wait.
Yeah. So we like that element that Circle DNA have built into it. People like ourselves who are always like, we want to know where everything is, like what's being updated, what's going on.
You can see, because it tells you, like, as soon as it gets there, and it tells you when it's being processed and stuff, so that's good. You know, like I said, the over 100 different rare, like, issues you could have, but also over 100 different cancers as well would be there.
Yeah.
Because that'd be, I know cancer is a big thing, so that'd be nice to know, to see if there's anything that could be there.
When you're walking around, you do worry about your health a bit.
Oh, you do, absolutely, 100%.
So it'd be great to get an insight to what's going on.
Anything
And-
to help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she'll bring it down to your local doctor straight
Yeah.
away to make sure you're okay.
And it gives you the genealogy as well.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, it's not as accurate as other ones, but this is more so for leaning towards your health rather than genealogy, but it still gives you a bit of it as well, so that's also good.
Yeah.
There's different versions of this as well, so the premium one, obviously, that's the one that we're going to be using, but there is other ones, the cheaper options there too.
Yep.
And you can use the code for them all.
When you use our code Unstable33 down there, you know, we're not about, you know, product placement or anything, you know,
Link in bio for merch.
So basically, that was our 2 cents.
Yep.
And thanks again for reaching out to us about this product. We're very excited to get this product review going.
Exactly, we can't wait. Oh, by the way, the next video we do will be the product review of this, so stay tuned.
So as always, you are the beautiful people of YouTube, and we have been Unstable TV.
So drop a comment below and let us know what you thought of this reaction video. And if you have any suggestions for us to do, let us know too.
And as always, we will see you in the next one. Bye.